is a crisp, beautiful, frosty April morning here on the mountain. Hope it didn't get so cold as to kill those apple blossoms. The sun's peeking up over the mountains. It's chilly. It's frosty. The skies are clear and it is beautiful. Man, I hope this is a good day. I probably needed a couple more weeks before I started running these cows on grass. But the urge just gets to you. We got this little wet area where this drainage is, and they've kind of been kept in here for a couple of days. But I had them out on just another, little patch where they were. I thought it would take them a few days to clean it up, but they have really devoured that spot over there. Down there, that spot down there, I had a piece of land down there I've turned them out on thinking it would take them 2 or 3 days. They wiped it out. I don't know what's going on with those two girls. I was hoping Summer was bred, but either number 9, the Hereford, or Summer, the black one of them is showing signs. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if number 9 was showing signs, but I was hoping old Summer was bred, so that's some weird business going on right there. A couple other ladies still yet to calve. I believe that's number 7 down there. She's looking a little bit miserable today. And old 26 out there, she might burst if she doesn't get to it soon. But we're going to find them another little chunk of ground to go to. The urge got to me. We're advancing a little bit too fast. We're out of hay. We got to take advantage of some grass and hope that we don't do any greater damage than good. Now that reel was real nice. That reel was real nice. Well, that was fun to roll up. It was easy. Wasn't too much trouble. We didn't pay. These aren't. These are some kind of off-brand. They're real close to whatever that brand that Greg Judy uses. They're not Gallagher. We have Gallagher reels. I really like those Gallagher reels, except we have some places where we tied the reels together, tied the poly wire together, and that creates knots so it doesn't flow through the fence posts as well. And we had sheep, and they kind of crawl under it or whatever, and got some wool spots on them. And just if the cows got a hold of it and chewed it when it didn't have any juice on it, kind of just makes it prickly. So I'm gonna try to reel that Gallagher reel up, but I think probably because of that poly wire and the condition of the poly wire, it's not gonna work. But you see how quick that was just to roll that up around this whole section that we have here. That was nice and easy and fun. I've had where it wasn't quite so fun. So we'll go down and untie the gate handle from it and see how that works. Now, I fully expect this to fail with this Gallagher reel. I fully expect this to be a failure, but we're gonna hope for the best and see if I can get it to come back to me. We've already got a considerable larger amount of resistance, and we've already hit a snag, so it's not gonna, it's got a knot or a wool ball or something keeping it from allowing me to reel it in. So we're gonna have to go and hook it from all the fence, all the posts, so we can reel it up, get these girls pushed out some fresh grass. They are ready to get on some grass. It's a little bit late in the morning for them. They're ready to eat, and I'm behind, so got to get these girls. I'm gonna just push them out in this little part right out here, give them a day's worth of grass in here, and then we'll decide where we're gonna take them from there. We have an area that we need to clean up, but you can see they're right here saying, "Oh man, we gotta get something in our bellies." You can see that old maple tree dropping all that dead stuff on the ground. We need to clean that up, and all these forsythias and things have been expanding, and multiflora rose and briar patches. We had I don't know, 6 or 8 inches of growth of different sorts, but they just mowed this down in just a very short amount of time. Really, they would have done it in a full day. I didn't give it all to them all at once, but they would have done it all in a full day. I don't know if that's the little robin that is building a nest by my porch, but she must be a city bird because, or he or whatever. Can't really see with my eyes. Not that you could do real good like this to sex a robin, but they're building a nest right by my porch on my ladder that I had leaning there. I don't know if this is her or not, but it must be a city bird because it's not very timid. She let me walk right up to her in the generic sense, because I don't know if it's a her or a him from this distance, or this level of contact. But not very afraid. Must be happy about the bugs and worms that we gave her access to, putting these cows through here. Good. Do your job, little birdie. My fence post carrying method is a little wanting. I haven't built me a cart. I don't have a side-by-side or a four-wheeler, so we usually put them in a feed sack and carry 10 or 20 in a feed sack pretty well. That keeps them confined, but I thought I'd just wrap them up in my arm and carry them. It's not so great. But, you know, there's a lot of glories in this life. The glories of hearing cows on fresh grass, the glories of hearing your children or grandchildren call out for you. A lot of fun things we get to experience. And really, despite all the troubles we might have in this life, these glories that we get to experience, hearing the birds call, spring migration, and we haven't really been able to get birding the way we want to, and we've had some fair weather, but it's just been so windy, we really haven't been able to take advantage of the weather to get outside and do anything. And we watch videos and things from people in other places who start spring a month before we do. I mean, it's going to be 60 degrees today. It's a little bit of a breeze. It's beautiful. The cows are singing to me. And all the troubles in the world, you know, they sometimes knock us down. They sometimes beat us up. But God has given us something far greater. He's got a reward for us far greater than even anything that I can imagine here. As much as I like to stand on a mountain vista, as much as I like seeing my wife dip her feet in the ocean waters, as much as I love to hear the sound of a prothonotary warbler or a robin, anything like that, those things will pale in comparison to what He's got intended for those who follow Him. You know, Spurgeon says, because of what we've been purchased to in Christ, his exaltation will be our exaltation. That we will be away from the troubles of this world one day. And because of what he's purchased us to, because of his sacrifice on the cross, because he conquered death, we will be exalted in heaven with him. His glories will be our glories. We will get to reign with him for eternity. And I just see all this springtime around me, the leaves coming on these trees, and just all this magnificence around me. And then I just realize, I say, well, there's still so many problems. There's so much evil in this world, but I can't let that overcome me. I can't let that crush me and defeat me. All the accusations and all the trouble that's going to come towards me and those around me. I can't let that win the day. I have to remember that I've been purchased to something greater. These beautiful blue skies and these puffy white clouds. The glorious things that God's given me to experience here are tiny, are just small portions of what we will experience with him. This is just magnificent. What a beautiful day this is. Well, let's go, ladies. It's wide open. Come on. Show them the way, 26. Show them the way. Summer, you're usually lead cow. There you go. You old girls know the way. Helen, number 6. Number 9. Old Bia, number 7, and CG, and Maybelline, and them calves. We'll never get them calves over here. What in the world? Whoa, calves. Come on, calves. Come down here with your mamas. There you go, little fellas. Come on. Get on through there. Found the trash. Hey, Bia. 26. That's glorious. That is a glorious, glorious sound. I wish it was a little thicker and fuller, but I didn't have any more hay. Didn't want to get any more hay. So we'll start managing our grass and try to do our best with it. Give it plenty of time to recover. Just amazing. Are you gonna have me a calf, Summer? I can't tell. I don't know if you're running around in heat with that number 9, or if it's just number 9 in heat. But why would you be messing around? Why would she be messing around with you? Now look, little number 7. You're fixing to have me a calf. I figured you'd go last night. Are you ready yet? Get that calf out of you. We need to get all these calves on the ground so we can get you guys time to get the bull back in here. And we've still got a lot of things we'd like to accomplish this year. There's a lot of things we got cattle we're going to be moving, we got chickens we're going to be starting. We'd like to get some things planted. A lot of things on the list that we'd like to get done. But I'm just gonna continue to learn how to practice living in the slow, because we have been living fast. The world has been living fast for far too long. And I don't want to be in a hurry anymore. I don't want to be rushed anymore. I don't want to have that anxiety on my chest anymore. And I want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy time. And that doesn't mean I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to be working. I'm just not going to be pressured and hurried. We're just going to accomplish the things we can accomplish and be satisfied and be content with how things are. And that's really what I want to strive for. So I want to appreciate moving the cows this year. I don't want to feel overwhelmed that I didn't get this corner cleaned up. And I mean, I've dug myself a dirty mess over the years by being in a hurry and not paying attention to the things that needed to be, watched over. Now that I've learned that lesson, I want to slow down. I want to pay attention to the things that the things that are important to me. I want to pay attention to my wife and my children and my property that God gave me. And not just, well, that'll have to wait because I got this other thing to do and I got this job to finish and we've got so many things to do, and we're kind of moving to the end of our children's high school years. We don't have so many activities that we've been caught up in, and I hope that I teach my daughters and their husbands not to let themselves be overwhelmed with activity with their children. It destroys life. We had a great time. We've had a great time. We continue to have a great time, but we don't need to be involved in all those things. We don't need to suck the life out of family time and family activity and enjoyment of things that really matter. We have a far better time hanging out together than we do going to some function. So, not that they didn't enjoy those things and not that they didn't give some reward, but now I just much rather sit with them and enjoy their company. And we've even talked about Christmas time not overwhelming with presents, but going somewhere as a family to join together as a little Christmas vacation. And if we were ever to be able to do that, that would just be fantastic and wonderful. God didn't create us to be so busy and so hurried. He gave us 6 days to work, and he gave us a day of rest. And while we may not be tied to that Sabbath rest anymore, we aren't participating in the rest that we have in Christ. Jesus had a way of living. Jesus participated in a certain activity. He got up in the morning and went and prayed. He often went off to desolate places. He often sought silence and solitude. We, as a people, don't do that. I'm going to practice that as I work with my cows and raise my pigs, and we got the chickens that'll be coming on. I'm going to appreciate that time. I'm going to read books, and I'm going to learn, and I'm going to enjoy that time so that I don't look back and say, well, I wish I'd have spent one more day working. So Missy was just noticing all these fresh little sprouts. What did we determine they were?
Autumn olives.
Autumn olives. Some people might call them Russian olives, but they are just coming up all along this bank, so we're just going to have to keep fighting and maybe use some kind of Greg Judy remedy to keep them at bay. There are a few of them out there, but then they're coming up on these banks hardcore. And
it's really bad.
What's that thing way out there we said we had out there? Multiflora rose.
Multiflora rose.
So we got to get rid of that too. There's a bigger autumn olive because some bird came here and sat on that wire or that fence and deposited a berry there, and here we go. So we got to get rid of all these autumn olives before they take over. I mean, they'll just get crazy. Look at them all out through there. So, well, Missy, I talked about earlier that I was going to practice a little slow living. I was pretty busy. I mean, counting my time with Millie and coming out here and moving the cows and building the fence and things like that. I did take kind of a long lunch, I guess you could say. But I was going to plan on working in this chicken coop out here. Now I'm distracted with you going to check my pigs and my bull. Hey, don't act like it's not your fault that you distracted me. So, I don't know. Now we got to go get Abigail.
We do have to go get Abigail, like in minutes.
She said there wasn't very many times this week, though, I think.
I hope not.
And she's off school Wednesday, but
We're out of town Wednesday.
and she wants to go.
With Wyatt to the museum in Pittsburgh. And we'll be...
Well, anyway, I wanted to work in the chicken coop. I don't know if I'm going to get that done or not, because we're probably pressing close to time to go get her, right?
It's like 5:50.
Well, we better go check the bull.
And
But
get the wheelbarrow.
it is a really incredible day.
It
I mean, it's beautiful. I know you're chilly. It's not really cold. The wind is a little chilly, but it's a nice, beautiful April day. It's been nice to be out here. The grass is coming on. A couple of the pastures look really nice, and you can see the lush greenness of where the cows have been on them and the chickens have been on them. We got Jetty and Miller tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, I didn't check the weather for tomorrow, but
I need to tell them
maybe
to pack
we'll
shoes and boots.
get outside and get some cows moved and some chickens planned, and I'm not sure what else I'll get done today.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a beautiful day. God has given us a great creation. I'm practicing living slow. You can see how that stress starts to creep up on you. When I said we was living busy, well, there's the living busy. We still got some obligations with Abigail. We got obligations with grandkids. Try not to let that press on you too much to where you can still get something done and not feel overwhelmed and guilty for, not getting something accomplished. But you can see how that pressure pushes on you and changes your attitude. But we're just gonna do our best to maintain, learn to push some of that hurry of life aside, and take a breath, and take care of the things we need to take care of. Enjoy the rest of this day. Love y'all.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful day today. I don't know when this will get put up, but it's beautiful today.
Today it is beautiful.
Hey, love y'all.